Cam Sims, Raheem Falcons, and Josh Casher are all out with injuries. Cam obviously had his injury in the spring. He's not ready to go yet. Bo Scarbrough is ready to practice on a limited basis in a black shirt. Raheem Falcons actually sort of, I don't know exactly what you would call it, but had a fracture in his leg this summer, which required a surgery. And, he's here for rehab. Cam is here for rehab. Josh Casher injured his pec in lifting weights this summer, and he will be out for probably a few more weeks. The other guys will all have a timetable where they'll be able to return. They're not ready to, so they can come to fall camp for rehab. They can't participate. And so that's how we're going to use them until school starts. We're hopeful that these guys, when school starts, will be able to start to contribute. So that's sort of the plan for them. Well, I think he's a little ahead of schedule in terms of, his rehab, his Cybex, what he was able to do on the Ultra G. So, he's having no contact practice. He's 4 months, which is, most of the time when they turn guys loose to cut and do all those things, we certainly don't want to hit him. He'll probably be a while before he can play. I don't envision him playing in the first 4 games. He's suspended for the first 4 games anyway, but I don't think he'd be able to play because of the injury. So our target for him is to allow him to practice, increase his workload over the next what amounts to 2 months, and hopefully by the end of September he'll be able to start making a contribution. There's competition, I mean, I don't know if you put continuity before competition, how you allow anybody to ever beat anybody out. So, we got some new players. We got some players that were there in the spring. They're all competing. We don't have a depth chart now. I tell the players that all the time. You think I just tell you that? I tell the players that. All right, so it's up to every guy to go out there and prove that he can play winning football at his position and compete with effort and toughness and 3 things. What do you want to accomplish? How important is it to you, and what are you willing to do it? And what are you going to do when things don't go exactly right for you? So, that's a challenge every day. And I don't think anybody has a position locked up. And, so there's a lot of competition going on in a lot of positions. And we're going to try to get the best players on the field first before we worry about having not the best players, having continuity.
Or anything you can discuss.
No, it's an NCAA thing, which... we have to respect what they say about amateurism, and I don't really know the details of it, and I shouldn't comment because it seems like every time I make a comment about something, it gets kind of taken out of context and gets blown up and all that. So I'm going to make less comments about things.
Okay, and also with
all right.
With Kenyan, was he able to work as a running back today? Is he look? And also, are you looking
Kenyan
at
Drake is fine. How many times do I have to say that? I have been asked about Kenyan Drake from the first day of spring practice. He was full speed in the spring. He was full speed all summer, and he's full speed now. And I think he'll be full speed next week, God willing, and he doesn't, and nothing happens to him. So.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, now I'm going to make a statement about something because I thought you would surely ask. So this will be the last time this ever gets talked about. So no one needs to ever ask me because I'm going to tell you to pull it up on your little computer or Facebook or whatever, Twitter or whatever you do. All right, I just want everybody to know that I'm opposed to an unauthorized biography for anybody. All right, and I think that's some person that you don't even know trying to profit by your story and or someone else's story. And, one of these days when I'm finished coaching in Alabama, I'll write an authorized book. Because, there's really only one expert on my life. And guess who that is? Me. And there won't be any misinformation. There won't be any false statements. There won't be any hearsay. There won't be any expert analysis from somebody else. It'll be the real deal. But I'm not really ready for that to happen. And, it's a little amazing to me that the timing of all this happening right when we're starting camp, I just want everybody out there and all of our fans to know it's not going to be a distraction to us, and it's never going to get discussed again. But since I'm not finished yet at Alabama, we're not writing any books yet. But when we decide to write an authorized book, it will have the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. That's okay. Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.